Hello, witches. Come on into this broadcast. This broadcast is going to skyrocket you into the new week. Today is Monday, and witches will have a good week. This will be a good week if you are a witch. I am High Priestess Autumn Phoenix. I thank you for joining me on this live broadcast, or if you are watching the replay on X, Facebook, or YouTube. Very quickly, I would encourage you to share this broadcast because, quite frankly, when you promote me, you are promoting witchcraft and Hecate. You are giving other witches access to a high priestess who specializes in real, significant, and permanently positive change through witchcraft. So if you have not done so already, share this broadcast because witches will have a good week. Today is Monday, January 15th in the year 2024. It is the first day of the week, and I want it to be good for every witch because witches deserve it, period. Because witches deserve it, period. Witches, I'm trying to make witches understand that they indeed deserve the best, period. No conversation, no, oh well, but what's about this or that? No, witches deserve the best, period. No conversation, no debate, no playing devil's advocate. I just said witches, WITCHES. Witches deserve the best, period. No conversation, no debate, no arguments. Witches deserve the best. Therefore, I am going to share a prosperity spell that I do personally every Monday. So for this spell, you need an orange or a mandarin. I love mandarins. I don't really like oranges, so I chose a mandarin, which is a smaller orange. Is that true? Are mandarins a small type of orange? Well, I like mandarins, so I chose a mandarin, all right? You need a mandarin or an orange. You also need chamomile. Chamomile is for prosperity. Chamomile is for prosperity. You also need a orange chime candle. It has to be a chime candle. Now listen, if you don't have orange, you can use a white candle to replace any color candle that you do not have. Why? Because white in witchcraft is universal. So white can take the place of any colored candle that you do not have. Like, for example, gold or silver candles are hard to find, hard to make, so use white instead. But if you are fortunate enough to have a orange candle, then that's what we are going to use. You need your favorite essential oil, or what I'm going to use, extra virgin olive oil. You want to try to use a oil that is pure. So let's say, for example, you are going to be using jasmine oil. It has to be a pure jasmine oil. Now listen, I know that pure jasmine oil is expensive. It's hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars for pure jasmine oil. But you can just use olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, or vegetable oil, pure vegetable oil, as a replacement for any essential pure oil that you do not have. Remember, which is, please stick within your budget. Okay? And olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, and pure vegetable oil is available everywhere. Jasmine oil is not available everywhere because it's so damn expensive. All right? You need a knife to cut the orange. You need a knife to cut the orange. And we have our candles. We have our chamomile. We have our olive oil. And now I'm going to show you how I start my Monday off every single week. Let's take this away. I'm going to first cut my mandarin in half. Cut this little piece off right here too. I want it to be able to stand on its own without leaning too much to the side. Just cut this little like bud off here. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, you want your orange and mandarin to stand on its own. You don't want it leaning too much. Now I'm going to cleanse this orange with a little bit of my extra virgin olive oil. Just a little bit. A little bit does go a long way. Don't use a whole lot. That's just enough. I'm going to rub it in. Now I'm going to add some of my chamomile. And of course, you can find chamomile everywhere. You can even use the chamomile tea that you find in grocery stores. That will work as good as this. Let me just... Now, I have already cleansed my candle in the smoke of a orange incense stick, so I don't need to cleanse my candle again. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. So now I'm going to insert my candle in the middle of my mandarin. Oh, you can't see it. Now, before I light this, I am going to petition Hecate, the Queen of Witches, to help me right now in my magical workings by saying the following. Hecate, I ask of you to bestow upon me a week of prosperity, a week of win after win, a week that I meet with you every evening to receive your best sound sleep. Hecate, Queen of Witches, I ask of you to make this a week that is pleasantly memorable. Hecate, I ask of you to guard me from trouble and send evil in the opposite direction. Hecate, I ask that you add your strength to my own as I do my own part to make this week a enjoyable experience. Now I am going to light my candle after I have petitioned Hecate to join me this week, because this week will be a good week for witches. Let this burn all the way down. Be sure that the placement that your candle is on is fireproof. Let it burn all the way down. Let it put itself out. Don't put it out. Don't snuff it out. Don't blow it out. Listen, it's a chime candle. Chime candles stay lit for maybe 2.5 hours. So it's not going to be lit for long. Let this chime candle, because it has to be a chime candle, which is, it can't be a 7-day candle or a tea light candle. It has to be a chime candle because it has to fit in the orange or the mandarin. All right, let it go out by itself. Then afterwards, after this candle burns out, I would bury the orange that I had the candle in, and then I would eat the other half of the orange to take in the magical properties of the orange. The magical property of oranges, mandarins, is prosperity. That's why I use the chamomile. Now that I'm done, I say to Hecate, the Queen of Witches, thank you for joining me in my magical working. Stay if you may, go if you must, in perfect love and perfect trust. This is so simple. This is how I start my week off every Monday, witches. This is every Monday for me, witches. And now that you have seen this live in living color, this will be your every Monday too. Or exactly at 12 a.m. when Monday officially starts, all right? This week will be good to witches. This week will be good to witches. If you have not already done so, share this live broadcast and tell a witch or 2 or 3 that there is a high priestess here in New York who is anointed and appointed by the Queen of Witches, Hecate, to be a voice to witches who have ears to hear and hands to receive Hecate's best. So I'm going to let this burn out, and when it does, I'm going to eat the other half of the orange. Thank you again for joining me for this live broadcast to start this week off so that witches may have the best week ever with Hecate adding her strength to every single witch. Thank you for joining me, and I will talk to you witches next time. Bye, everyone.